Welcome, 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 welcome. You guys go empty your bladder, grab a mat and a towel and a pillow. I made it right on the dot, 333. Today we're this way. Get comfy. And we're gonna do a little bit of a meditation, a little movement. I was gonna do some, more movement with you guys, but today I decided to focus on the breath work and just kind of moving your physical body and some stretching. Right now, as you can see, the planet is just, it's crazy. It's a lot of energy flowing. So I feel like this is probably the best thing to do. To ground, being still, giving yourself a moment. So if you don't have time right now, that's okay. Just remember that this 3-3 portal, it stays open. So you'll be able to utilize the energies, and you're probably gonna feel it all the way until probably around March 13, and that's when we go into retrograde. So I feel like this is going to be lasting for a while. So I'm gonna make a series of breath work videos for you. And I think it'll be fun to kind of add a little bit of our readings in here too. So we're just getting used to YouTube, and I don't think a lot of you are here just yet because this was like a last minute idea. And you guys, this morning I woke up to so much hectic news from people. As a spiritual mentor coach, I'm working in the industry, I'm working with clients, I'm working with the people I meet on TikTok, and it's just been chaos, one thing after another. But what I've noticed, and being that I also work with a lot of numerology, the number 9 is the final, the finale. So people are behaving in certain ways and not understanding why they're behaving. But see, we have this portal inside of us, and you, my friends, have taken the time to actually want to learn and see. Not 90% of the world is not searching for themselves inside. They're all trying to look on the outside to find. I was that person too. I was always looking outside for the healing, self-healing, make myself look good. And so all that stuff is actually great. But when you're not internally happy and all of your insides are not doing well, the outside does not do well. So I feel like right now there's a lot of hidden memories that are being open, like little closed memories, and it might be from your past. And so you're getting all this new wisdom and knowledge, and you're trying to find out what is this. And so you you met me along the path. But you met me at the best time, because even though I've had this gift my entire life, I just recently took the time to really understand, why am I so different than everyone else? So welcome to the March 3rd portal. Happy birthday to all the Pisces, my fellow Pisces. And let's go ahead and get ready. I'm gonna just take you through a very simple flow. I want you to really focus on your breath, okay? Focus on closing your eyes. And instead of having a mirror in front of us and trying to dance and watch our body flow, let's go inside and not care about what the outside looks like, but the inside is gonna have a journey. So let's go journey inside. And you know me, I like to pace. So there's going to be a certain time I might just stand up, start walking, because that's how I kind of talk to you guys. But let's get started. Everything I do is kind of unique. So we don't really have a program. We just do it. I'm very intuitive, so I'm just going to intuitively take you through what I think you might need tonight. Let me know if you're here though, and I'll sneak in, just check the chat. And check in with 333 and check in with something that you're excited and looking forward to that has to do with the changes that you've taken the time to make. All right, let's get that started. Happy 333. I love you, Caroline. Caroline is... You guys, I have been really sad all day long. It's been a hard day for one of my good friends. And you know what? How we are. We carry all of our good friends. Hold on, I'll be right back. Get water. Well, you're coming with me, duh. Hold on. Get water. I want to make YouTube lives kind of like I do my TikTok lives. So we kind of get, cozy here too. Because you never know. All right. So whenever you're ready, I want you to just go ahead, lie down. I always like your head slightly elevated, but where your midsection is, so where your tailbone is, when you lay down, make sure your back is nice and flat. So between where see, when I lie down, I'm gonna not use a pillow, right? But I usually do. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. It's just that I'm gonna be your teacher today. But if you have your pillow, you just put it underneath the back of your head where it folds. Just lay there. If you have your legs out straight, see this? Usually it's hard for people. Their legs just plop right out, which is okay. So we're gonna work on that. Let's not judge. So today we're just gonna let you go. Let it go. We're gonna work on fixing your body in the sense of alignment. But right now we're here to be free, get internal, focus on every part of your body right now. We're gonna focus on lengthening the body, meaning pulling the feet away from us, lengthening the fingers, lengthening the crown chakra. There's probably a big space on a lot of your back between your navel and the floor, and that's usually uncomfortable. So if you put your feet up on something, it always helps, like a slight block or just a towel. And again, if your head is slightly lifted, it should be a lot easier for you to keep your back on the ground. So I'd like you to just stay right there. You're gonna ground your body for the next couple minutes. So for the next 2 minutes, you're just letting everything go. You're focusing on breath, and you're trying to make sure that when you do breathe in and out, that you stay within the middle of your body. So the neck, head, shoulders, relax. And let's just not worry about how we're breathing, but I do wanna focus a simple breath. Box breathing is one of the easiest to start with. You're breathing in for 4. Trying to hold for 4. And then breathe out for 4. Hold for 4. Breathe in for 4. So I'm just guiding you, no rush. But one of the things I want you to focus on is breathing and allowing all thoughts that are going to be intrusive to leave our energy field right now. Welcome, everyone. I see you, my beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous souls. Gosh, how did I get so lucky? How did I get so lucky? As we lay here, many of us have friends and family that we know that are struggling. So we begin this session dedicating it to all who are struggling right now. And as empaths, we struggle with them. It's not always good that we do, but I do feel very proud of us, to be honest with you. So that's why I feel like God is utilizing me to take care of you while you take care of others and you take care of me by just being here and supporting me always. And then you being able to refuel yourselves so you can go out in the world and change lives just as you do, because you were just born to shine a light. You were born to just be a portal of love and light. Right now you're giving your mind, body, soul, spirit a chance to regenerate. Let's go ahead and start with the hands. We're going to start expanding all the fingers, just really trying to open the hands. And then we're going to just take a moment and make fists really tight. And then we're going to open it. Now, I feel sometimes doing it one at a time is easier for some people's mind. So if you want, let's all do one at a time where we squeeze the right hand, open it. And I want you to try to practice doing it with the breath. So you inhale, squeeze. Exhale, expand. I want you to feel how it feels when you do make a fist. Let's alternate. When you make that fist, what tenses up in your arm, in your head, in your neck, in your shoulder? And when you expand, what do you feel? Did you know that our hands are always somehow connected to some part of our spine where we tend to grip too tight or just put our stresses there? So while you're doing that, analyze what's happening with your body. What's happening with the rest of your body? Do you feel connected to your toes all the way to your fingers and hands? Let's start to bring in the feet for a moment. So leave the hands alone, and let's do the same thing with our feet, where we point and we flex the feet. We can make a little circles with our feet, going one way, maybe clockwise, and then stopping, going counterclock. Just kind of analyzing and seeing, hey, what's up with my foot? How's my ankle doing? Do I feel locked? Does that make my back feel weird? Does that trigger something in my head, neck, and shoulders? Make sure you alternate by just doing one at a time, pointing, flexing, doing some circles. Remember, the circling can be with a flowy breath, but when you're doing the actual pointing and flexing, really focus on the inhale, letting it be the inhale points, the exhale flexes. And maybe trying to do both at the same time, making sure I circle, and then very gently, slowly bringing one foot to the ground at a time. When I bring my feet to the ground, it makes me feel more stable in my tailbone, where our root chakra is. How's your arms doing? Let's take a moment again. Open both hands and close. We're going to take one arm at a time. We're not going to let the shoulder blades come off the ground. We're just taking the arm across the chest, not the collarbone. So it's a little lower. It kind of falls on your chest. Bend the elbow. Expand. Let's watch and feel. How does it feel when I pick up my shoulder off the ground? How does it feel when it crosses the chest? When it elbow drops, do I feel a little stuck in my shoulder blade? What happens when I gently open it back up? It's almost like mirroring Inhale and mirroring the exhale. So we inhale, we take the arm across. Now today, when we're moving our body and breathing at the same time, if it makes you overwhelmed, whoa, sorry about that. If it makes you overwhelmed that you have to think of the movement and the breath, don't worry about it too much. Meaning, just breathe. Don't worry about breathing in, breathing out. Honestly, it doesn't really matter that much. But it does matter in the sense of when I breathe out, that's where I can really expand my muscles. But I don't want you to make that too much, of a thing today. Today, I want you to be relaxed. I don't want you to think too much. Eventually, we'll learn more about the breath. But right now, just focus on this beautiful movement. Focus on letting your shoulder blades relax. Focus on what it feels in other areas when you're doing that. Hi, everybody. Welcome to my 333 hour 333 portal. And don't laugh. I did something to my phone where the alarm just keeps going off and I can't turn it off. So don't laugh at me, okay? I'm old. So just keep focusing on taking that one arm across. And what I want you to look for here is the next time your arms come back, I want you to pause. And I want you to take a moment to think about the crown chakra. Let's lengthen the crown chakra. So if you have that towel behind your head, that's okay, leave it there. Bend one elbow at a time. Take your hands behind the back of your head. Even though you have the towel behind your neck, it's okay. Let's analyze one thing. Our head is like a big, heavy bowling ball. It weighs a lot. Put it back down onto the towel or the floor. And the next time you pick up your head, let's not pick up the head. Let's do it through the core. So right where we pee from, down below, the root, we all pee kind of from the same place. So when you inhale and you're ready to kind of exhale, I want you to think about where you pee. Hold your pee. That means you have to kind of pull in. When you pull in that area, you'll notice it kind of pulls into where your diaphragm is and where your navel lives. So as soon as you feel your navel, I want you to lift your head up. And I want you to try to not use your rib cage. You are carrying your heavy head in your hands, but give it to the root. So let your root help you lift the head up. While you're there, try to really push into the stomach, bringing the elbows across your eyeballs. Some of you may have already collapsed back down. It's okay. You're going to carry your heavy head back to the ground slowly. Once it hits, you're still going to be in the root. Holding that area where we pee, we're going to allow the elbows to expand away from each other. We're going to take a deep inhale, letting the chest rise up. On our exhale, we prepare the root. So as we exhale, we go to where we pee from, and we hold our pee and we bring it all the way to the navel, where the sacrum and solar plexus pulls it into the ground. When we gently bring the elbows across our eyes, feeling that expansion in the back and carrying our head back down through the root. As soon as I relax the elbows, I'm going to let my inner thighs gently open, but I'm not just letting them open. I'm controlling them with my belly that's connected to my root chakra. So let's take a deep inhale. On our exhale, pull the root into the earth and gently bring your knees back together. You can bring one at a time if it's too much. Take a deep inhale. On your exhale, pull in the P, push into the root, let it go to the navel. As the navel goes into the earth, I cross the elbows across. I gently open and I carry my head back. It's almost like I have to push my head in as I go down. When I'm ready to collapse, I open. And then take that breath in. Exhale, open the inner thighs, through the inner thighs, but you're still in the root. So you're still here. And every time I want to bring any movement I do it with the breath. Inhale, and when I'm ready to exhale, I'll pull in the root again. So it comes from the root to the thighs. Inhale. From the root all the way up to my crown chakra. And back down. Keep moving. Keep flowing. We're going to have you doing this, but you're going to focus on your breath. So the breath is carrying you. And you're trying to let everything go. This is not a judgment. We're not looking at someone else next to us. Oh, look, they can go so much higher than me. This is about you, just enjoying this moment for you. Remember, the breath is activating all of your chakras. So if you continue to breathe, it's going to change everything for you right now. This is a moment where you're giving your body a rest and a reset. So the breath is like when you take a shower. We have to get the suds out of our body, right? So the breathing is taking the toxins through your organs. It's like creating space. So every time you expand and you close, you're creating space through your organs. So right now you're just going through this motion slowly, but you're also breathing. So the breath right now should be a very nice, almost like an elevator door, opening and closing. I don't move my body fast, right? So if my stomach was a helium balloon, if I breathed in, filled up the belly, lifted and rise the chest, and then I exhale the navel all the way into the root. Empty the breath. So when you're moving, if you can, focus on that little moment of breath too. And if you just got in here, welcome, my beautiful. I will be doing a little blessing on all of you in this room today. Happy 333. And I wish I could be in a better spirit, but this morning I carry a lot of people's heaviness. There's been a lot of going on with our community of people. So I'm here with a good spirit, but at the same time, I want to be with them. Not be like the world where, people go to the office, someone, something bad happens to someone, but they have to keep going. I feel like sometimes we are chosen for that mission, to mourn, to process, to heal them through this. So I dedicate this, and maybe take a moment while you're here and just pray for whoever you want to dedicate this moment to. And that maybe our peace could go to their peace. So take that moment while you're moving your body right now. And yes, you're doing some crunching of the abs. So maybe tomorrow when you wake up, you're going to feel your stomach, which is a great thing because that is the core of your soul. And if you're tired right now and you just want to lay, just lay. Let your inner thigh stay open. Let your arms stay out. Actually, let's all do that for a moment. Just lay. Expand your arms. Let your inner thighs open. If you're feeling too much in the lower back or hips, slide your feet forward a little bit so your butterfly's more out this way than this way. I want you to take a moment and close your right nostril with your index finger. And I want you to take a moment to just breathe through that left nostril. So you're going to take a nice, delicious breath in as much as you can. You can also go back to that little box breathing a little bit where you're just going about, you can go up to 4 to 5, 4 to 6 counts up. Hold it. And then try to breathe out just through the nose. We're only going to do a few of these. These could make people a little nauseous. You may not get too much oxygen, but I want you to practice that and then just drop the hands and then try the other side. Today, I'm not going to have you do a very long process. So about 4 to 5 breaths. Let's keep switching for just a couple minutes. Just staying here, giving the right hemisphere, the left hemisphere a moment. As I said, I may probably get up and walk. You just stay right where you are. I want to remind you why you're here. Happy 333. Today is an exciting day for our souls. But in the middle of an exciting day for our souls, there's also a lot going on. So the world is pretty heavy right now, but I want you to be very excited, be prepared. And you know, if you're in my room, you're definitely someone who's chosen, not by accident. And all the signs around you, many people ignore these signs, but deep down, we know that we weren't just born like everyone else. So I've asked before, do you have the M's on your palms? And then there's almost like, if you put your hands together, there's like this crescent moon. So obviously, you have a different life mission here. And I know there's a lot of people in our lives that come and go, but you guys have this really weird connection with this invisible calling in this world, right? But you don't know what it means. And more importantly, why do you have all this knowledge and interest in wanting to learn and be something more than, you know, just a human, right? It's because before I go a little deeper, you know, chosen people, we don't always understand why, you know? And so I like to take a lot of notes. And so I took some key notes for today to help us to kind of open our mind. And I'm going to kind of take you through a little bit of a series of just realizing, you know, why you're so different and what you can do to make it a little easier to live with yourself, with others that are just a little more different than you. But today's portal is also exciting because it's going to open up this little secret and wisdom and knowledge and things that you've suppressed, maybe things that you wanted to do, you didn't do. So the reasons you guys have a different energy is that you guys are not here to just live like everyone else. You guys are here to, your spirit wanted to be here, and it came here to kind of, you know, dot the I's and cross the T's. It's like the finale. And this is like a really crazy time in history because, you know, history repeats itself. It does until it gets better. So I feel like this is the generation that's going to make it better. And then the generations coming, hopefully it won't be so corrupted. You know, the corruption is ending, if that makes sense. Let me take you into a different position. So what I want you to do, very carefully and gently and slowly, come back to the middle. And I want you to take your arms and hands back and put your head back on the pillow the way it was, the towel. And let's come back here, bringing our feet to the floor, touching every corner of our toe, outer toe, inners, soles, everything. We're gonna take the arms next to us, like kind of robotic. I want you to take one arm straight up to the sky. I want you to take your shoulder blades and just feel it on the ground. Tip of the shoulder blades, that's your wing, my friend. One day we shall fly. Expand the hands, push down on the belly with the left hand. Imagine putting a brick right on your pelvis, right there. And I want you to take that right arm gently back, pull your navel into the earth. Your thumb is the leader, your pinky is above the thumb, your elbows are in. Your shoulder blade is on the ground, bring it back. As soon as you cross your chest, let the shoulder blade melt in to the earth. Right now your body is going to be very wanting to kind of tilt, right? So we want to be heavy in the core. So if I expand my fingers, I want to make sure my left side of my body feels flat, even though I'm moving my right. I want to feel the outer part of my left heel, sole, inner. And a lot of you are going to notice that it's not that easy on one side. And that's usually how sciatica starts, when you're not connected to the bottom of your feet and butt. So if you're starting to feel like, ooh, this is weird, I don't really feel my butt, my left butt connected to my left heel when I do this, I just want you to hug that left heel into the ground a little bit. Just don't worry. Focus on keeping that right shoulder nice and flat. But this is a good analyzing moment. And then I just open, expand the palms. Do you feel anything stuck between the shoulder blade, armpit, chest? Are you using your core by just kind of reminding yourself not to move the arms unless I breathe? How's the breath? You're gonna breathe in when you bring it down. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's breathe in when we lift up. Let's breathe out when we open. Let's breathe in when we lift over our head. And let's breathe out when we bring it back. We're going to switch it slowly. Always get the arm, and you're probably going to notice already it feels weird. Make sure you feel grounded on the right side. You want to feel the lower back, the shoulder blades. Drop the arm even though your hand is on your belly. Find the toes on the ground. Let's start to feel a little connection. Engaging the core. Remember, you're inhaling when you go over your head. Exhaling when you come back. We inhale when we open. And we exhale as we bring back. I want you to keep doing that slowly. You're definitely going to notice that parts of your body that you never thought were so uneven are coming out right now. And that's why we're doing this, to even you out. And I'm getting a little cold, which tells me that I'm starting to feel your energy of injuries. So welcome in. Yeah, I get really cold when I start to feel people that are starting to feel their bodies. You guys are starting to, tingle and mingle. I know what's happening, baby, I know. And just remember, you can always take a moment to stop. You can always come back. Drink some wawa. In today's portal, you know what I want you to focus on today? Remember, you guys, you're just going through your movement. At one point, I'm going to tell you to stop, obviously, but just keep doing it. You don't have to speed up. You can take your time. It can take 20 seconds to take each arm. You don't have to hurry. This is about you. Now, the thing that I want you to focus on today is this portal. And what do we have to do? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to utilize it for the next couple days. It isn't about, it's not like this miracle is going to happen overnight. But this energy it's already moving anyway. And it's pulling things into like an alignment. And there's one specific thing that's about to happen in your life very soon. And I'll go over it. But it's going to impact your life in a way that you never saw coming. And most people won't even realize it might be happening because of this portal. But once you do, everything is going to start making sense. And if you think this is just another one of those spiritual moments, think again. Because that's wishful thinking. This is actually something that's already happening. And what's coming next is even a little bit more exciting. That most people don't really talk about these sorts of portals, but this is the day of energy and of alignment. And what most people don't realize, it's that it doesn't just bring something in our life, that it reveals what's already there. Okay, so because the number 3 is about communication, creation of the mind, right? When they work together, the body and spirit. When that balance is off, you guys will feel it, right? And then it hardens us, then we can't really move and we can't use this energy. So if you're overwhelmed, if you're confused, you're frustrated, it's because your bodies are tight, we're exhausted, we're going through life. So you've been feeling on the edge and, yes, this is a real thing and people don't believe it, but it's a real thing. So something that a lot of people are not talking about, it's the unexpected side effects. And you might already have noticed it, but the energy isn't just like something you think about, it's something you feel. And there's some really strange parts, and it comes in unexpected ways. And some of you might be having like crazy dreams, nightmares, some things that feel real. You might feel like life itself isn't real. It just feels, some days you're watching the world and you're not really living in it, it's like a movie of your own life. So you suddenly are starting to notice like that there you are on the other side of the camera, and you sense that you're starting to see life yourself differently now, and maybe more than you've ever seen it before. And I know this isn't just randomly happening to you because it's pulling everything into alignment. So whether you realize it or not, it's waking you up and it's sinking you. And now out of nowhere, people are getting the sudden urge to change something big in their life, like reinventing themselves. It just, in no logical way. It just feels right. You don't have a logical explanation, but you're getting this weird clarity, and this portal is actually bringing everything to the surface, and it's taking away things that don't fit into your path, and it feels chaotic, but it's like it's breaking things down for you to make it easier. Now, the real effects haven't really started. Now, there are some unexpected effects that are gonna come. Let me take you into a different position now. Whenever you're ready, I want you to take a moment, expand your legs all the way straight. If it's uncomfortable, put something in your lower back, like a pillow back here. And then I want you to open your legs wide. And I want you to have your arms out like an airplane, palms down, lower than normal, not up here, down here, so you can feel. Just let everything melt. And then, if you notice, I'm just letting my inner thighs out, and I'm just sliding my feet kind of towards each other. Don't let it go into the hip. Open them back out. Drop. Slide it out. Push it through. Let's do one at a time. Out. Slide. Push it through. And if it feels too much in the hips, bring it a little closer. Out. Slide. So you'll notice that when you do that, it gets stuck in the back. It's connected to your hip flexors. Some of your knees are probably all the way out here. You know, it's okay. I know. That's why you're here, to open those babies up. Shake it the mookie mookie. Move the neck. Relax it. Relax the legs back. I want you to have one of your legs into a butterfly and the other one is a little further out but straight. Slide it out a little bit so your lower back is flat, arms out. Arms in. Tucking the chin all the way in. Moving the neck to the left and to the right. Slowly. Push down on the palms. You'll probably feel a little connection going on somewhere here. Whenever you're ready, scoot the leg gently into the earth, out, scoot the other one open. Relax, palms up, palms down, turn the gaze. Tucking that chin slightly down. Coming back to the center, lifting up the chin. Let's open and close the mouth 5 or 6 times, as wide as you can. Now when you close it, I want you to make an unhappy face with your jaws. Open. Unhappy face. Bring the chin down. Side to side. No rush. See, once I guide you, you already know what to do next, so you don't rush. You just go gently. Open and close. Unhappy faces that close. You're going to notice so much is connected. Back to the middle, extend the legs back out. I want you to take both your arms over your heart center. You're going to take both arms as much as you can, long, 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 long. When I get to the back, clasping the fingers. I'm going to feel like I'm going to crack my knuckles, but we're not. Lengthen the elbows. Bring it back. Churn. Over our head, we turn the palms and we bring it back. Let's do that about 8 more times. As you do that, I want to remind you a few more things. So again, this portal again might make you start thinking about things that you haven't thought about in a long time, or maybe never thought about. Maybe it's actually little hidden, locked memories that are just like coming out of nowhere. You know, it's like, what am I doing? Like wanting to be a minister one day. Like, what? What? So it's kind of exciting, but there are some certain things that are not exciting when it happens. So most people think like a shift just happens, but this portal it's like an aftershock. Okay, it's like the coming in waves, but so it is a portal that's already open, but the most intense part won't really happen until March 6th. So right now, it's like the universe is turning a dial and fine-tuning things, but in the next few days, when the volume gets really high, the energy will settle in and then it locks into its place, exactly what the shift is for. Some of you have the ripples. Maybe you've noticed like synchronicities that keep happening. So these weird things that happen in our room, it's not an accident. So this is not random. It's beginning to unfold. Like that thing that just moved right now, it isn't about just noticing, it's that we feel them on a deeper level now. And it's unexplainable. And so you're gonna feel this surge of momentum, and that everything that was stuck is suddenly breaking loose. You might wake up one morning and realize that something has completely just clicked, and the missing puzzle piece is found. So now other people might feel like a reckoning, of forces, something that you've been avoiding, something that can no longer be ignored. And this is where people actually get it wrong, because they expect this energetic shift to happen instantly, and they want things to just happen. But the truth is, energy doesn't work on human timelines. It moves in waves. So it hits us when we least expect it. So it reveals piece by piece. So if your emotions are unpredictable, if it's like life itself, right? It's rewiring around you. So wait until the aftershock happens, because that's another energetic shift. And that is a way bigger one, but today it's gonna feel like it's been adding up. So the number 3 is gonna follow you everywhere. It's not a coincidence. Some of you are already starting to notice it. So you'll wake up, it's gonna be 333, 333. So just pay attention. That just means that things are aligning with you. Okay? That's all it is. It's nothing to worry about. And who knows, some of you might have had this happening for a long time, but now it will amplify. So there are signs with the number 3s. Pay attention to them. Right now, I want you to just lay however you feel. You can lay down to feel comfortable and just listen to me. Okay? Just be here. This is about your personal energy. Okay? Some of you are going to start to feel it. Some of you are going to start to get eerie sensation that you're being watched, not in a fearful way, but like it feels like unseen presence is observing, unseen guidance. Maybe something is nudging you towards something. You might feel like a pull, a thought. A memory keeps repeating in your mind, almost as if it's being placed there. You might start getting a feeling about someone or something, and don't worry, this is not paranoia. It's that the veil is thinning and the universe is whispering, and today it's going to amplify. Don't ignore it. Pay attention. Whatever you're about to do, whatever is happening around you, just pay attention right now, because there's messages. And some of you, it's not just a sign, it's like an invitation, okay? It's like your soul contract is here, and the agreement of your soul that you made before birth, it's being rewritten with you. So, you didn't accidentally just meet me. You didn't accidentally just meet each other, you know? It's like the agreements, the contracts, who you would love, who you would challenge you, who would break you, who would make you stronger, the lessons you would learn, the places you would go, the versions of yourself, you know, you would become. But here's what nobody tells us. Those contracts are not permanent. Some were meant, you know, to be, some were meant to last forever, right? But for many of you, this portal is that churning point. Something is shifting. So, in other words, a sudden urge to walk away from a life that once felt perfect. You know, knowing that a certain chapter is closing, even if you're desperately, you know, trying to hold on to it still. So it's like you're going towards something you don't know, but somehow it's familiar. So here's the thing. You don't have to understand it yet. Your higher self is doing the changes. It's like it's canceling the old plans and it's got new blueprint ready for you. So things are gonna not, you know, not in a dramatic way, but yeah, maybe for some, but just know that sometimes you feel like you're out of place, okay? So that's why we're here together, because we're all kind of like the misfits or whatever they want to call us. It's fine. But some of these contracts are shifting for other people. So that's why some relationships are going to suddenly fade without even a fight. Some people are going to enter your life that you've known and you feel like you've known them forever. So right now, your story is being rewritten and you're not going to be the same character. And that's why in the past few days, it's been even weirder and not bad, but it's like you're watching things differently now, and you're still you, but you're in between the pages of who you're becoming right now. So the old script is like being edited. It's still you. You're about to lose a habit without trying. A habit that you couldn't get rid of. It's gonna like be gone overnight. And it's like that specific shift is just gonna happen for you. And this portal is deleting the old belief system of ours. It's just gonna start disappearing and you won't even have to try. So something that you felt so hooked to will suddenly lose its grip. And you thought you could never shake it, and then one day you're reaching for it, like all of a sudden, suddenly you just don't want it. And maybe it's a toxic habit, but it's not gonna fill you up anymore. That self-medication is not gonna do it. So it might have done it all your life, but it won't anymore. It's like you're going through this, what you were is not you anymore. But then one day, and again, this is maybe psychological, but it's an energetic detachment. So what no longer matches your vibration is not gonna be able to stay with you. It's not your fault, it's just how it works. So the sleeping ones won't notice anything until it's too late. So we're waking up in a new world, and a lot of you, those people are not going to recognize you anymore, so that you'll make them feel uncomfortable about themselves, because you're going to try to open them up without even trying, you know? So for some, the shift is silent, but you know, they'll go to sleep one night and then wake up in a different reality. So that can happen to you too. So at first something doesn't seem, you know, off, but then all of a sudden you're like, whoa. So right now, there's a lot of things that you can't ignore, but you know, the cells that are inside of our body, they've been there for many lifetimes, you know? Think about it. Like, how can we know each other that well? How can we be here and know of something else? There's not a lot of people that think like we do, but it's fine. they don't have to. They weren't with us before, and they probably won't be with us again. And maybe they will. Maybe they'll come in after us. But that's the whole point. It's living heaven on earth means heaven on earth. Your portal is heaven. So no matter if you're here or there, you'll be feeling the same. And that's where we're heading. You know what I want everyone to do now? Roll yourselves over, and I want you to get into a child's pose. Sometimes a child's pose is hard. You can put pillows behind the back of your legs and just lay there. And remember, in child's pose, your head can be crown chakra down. Let your butt be heavy, let your root be heavy. So today, as we get to, I've celebrated so many different portals with you guys. It's so exciting. It's so fun. And I wanted to go on TikTok today, but I'm mourning for someone. So I'm not gonna do it because I don't wanna be like all her other friends. I wanna be that friend that if my friend is sick and not well and something traumatic just happened to her, that I can mourn for her and take away something fun from myself. Because I go on TikTok, it's really fun for me. So that's why I'm not gonna go. But I got to still spend it with you, and I felt like today we could dedicate this moment for anyone that needed a little bit of more love and energy. And I'm always sad around my birthday anyway. So here we are. And the strangest part is that right now we're all kind of randomly, smoothly moving together into this like new territory that we're all gonna be living in. So it's already too late to go back. So the closing thoughts I have is be prepared for the final stages. You're not out of the portal yet. The biggest shift is still coming. So there's a moment in time where the energy is gonna peak and then it disappears. So the 3-3 portal doesn't close the moment the clock strikes midnight. It's gonna linger, it builds. It has waves. And right now, we're at the first stage, and in days ahead, some people are not gonna feel it until March 6th, but it's gonna go up to March 9, and that's when the energy locks in, and you're gonna be rearranging. Things beneath us are rearranging, so it's gonna finally click in. So whoever's been resisting change, this energy is not waiting. It's not gonna pause for people to catch up. It's just gonna keep moving forward. So it's gonna shake loose what isn't aligned, and it's gonna get rid of some of our old patterns that are trying to kind of keep us, and it's gonna feel like there's a lot of waves crashing over, it's gonna feel like you're an emotional flood. So you're also gonna have the need to change things. So right now, this energy is gonna force decisions out of you, and it's gonna shift like a momentum. It's gonna be doors opening, but before they even knock, like the universe is kind of pushing it in the right place, arranging it perfectly, and that's impossible to ignore. Because if you're here right now, I love you, and I'm excited for us. So today I want you to imagine yourself right now with me entering this portal door. 4-3-3 we ended. Are you kidding me? I ended exactly in 1 hour. That's unlike me. That is weird. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of that. That was weird. That was weird. That was so crazy. I never end on time. Well, there you go, guys. We did it. Thank you to all of you in here.